Welcome to episode 180. Swingers is coming to Mandalay Bay, but it's not what you think. It does sound fun, though.
Dayna's first in-person boxing fight, and it was a good one. What it was like inside T-Mobile Arena for the Spence Crawford match.
Plus, donuts and ice cream. Hey, it's a new trend. Where you can find it here in Las Vegas.
The Chainsmokers have been performing at Wynn Las Vegas for years, and we finally got over there, and wow, you have to put this on your to-do list.
Plus, we try out a new Israeli Mediterranean restaurant over at the Venetian Palazzo.
All that and more coming up this week on Vegas Revealed.
Let's spin that wheel.
Let's go to Vegas, baby. Let's go tonight. Let's go to Vegas.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 180 of Vegas Revealed. Dayna Roselli along with Sean McAllister. We have a lot to go over this episode, but first we want to tell you we have a new sponsor. We are excited to welcome HotWorks. And let me tell you, Sean, we have a great deal for everyone coming up, so stay tuned and we're going to explain to you more about HotWorks, the benefits, and what it is. You actually work out in 125 degrees in an infrared sauna. It's amazing. So we'll have all those details coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah, we've both done it. HotWorks gets our stamp of approval, so we're excited that HotWorks is on board here on Vegas Revealed.
Yeah, and I know you just took a drive, speaking of HotWorks, right through an area that was actually experiencing a wildfire right over the border, the Nevada-California border. There has been a wildfire burning in California. It's blown a lot of smoke our way, and a lot of people have been obviously noticing it, looking up in the sky. How was the drive? You just took a drive to San Diego, right?
Yeah, it was a quick few-day trip out there for some beach time and a concert. But on the way out to California, it was there was really thick smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, the visibility was super low as we were driving through. You couldn't see any of the flames from the highway, but you could definitely tell that smoke was billowing across from where that fire was burning. And that was driving out. Driving back, It was crystal clear. So I don't know if the winds had changed or what. I know the fire is still burning, so it's not out. But it was much better driving back into town.
Good. Well, listen, we've got a lot to get to on the podcast. I know we wanted to touch on something, though, that we didn't plan on touching on, but last night we experienced, and that is the traffic that everyone's talking about all around the Las Vegas Strip. It's becoming more and more of a nightmare. We are planning to have a Formula One race in November, and the track is being created, and they have warned us that there are going to be road closures. There are going to be lane closures. But I don't think anyone thought it was going to be this bad. And I know we've got a little bit of a rant, but we also more so want to pass this on to you so that you are aware, because you have to be aware. We always think we're going to get around it, right? Oh, we'll just leave a little early, or we'll take a different road. The options are very limited. It took you and I, we live very close to the Strip. We went to the Venetian last night. It took us an hour each to get home. And I live 5 minutes down the road. You live about 8
12,
minutes. Yeah,
I mean,
something
12
like that.
if I'm catching lights.
Yeah.
And it was actually more than an hour and 20 minutes to get from the Venetian back home. And it was absolute insanity. And I think the issue is that there aren't clear signs letting you know that if you're turning down a road that you're not going to be able to get through.
Or turn left or...
Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden you just end up in these road cones, and if you haven't, read ahead of time where the closures are taking place on any given day, then, I mean, you're kind of out of luck. And once you're in that traffic, you're stuck.
You are stuck. It's a nightmare. And listen, I was sitting there thinking yesterday as we were trying to get out, is this what LA is like every day? I would lose
probably.
it. And I know we're very lucky and maybe we're a little spoiled because we don't have a lot of traffic issues usually, but this is just, you're right. The problem is there's no path. It's like you think, okay, I'm moving, and then you realize oh, by the way, the rest of Sands is closed.
Right.
But you don't know until you get there, so then you have to go right down Koval, and all you see are lights. There's nowhere to go. So then I turned right to go toward the Venetian parking garage, and then I decided to go under the Harris sign through the I don't know if it was a Best Western or whatever it was, parking garage, led me to the Strip. All the pedestrians are trying. It took an hour. It's very frustrating, and I'm not sure it's the safest plan. Traffic's all over the place. It's frustrating, and I don't know. I feel like something else could be done that would be better.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a nightmare right now. And we talked about this earlier in the spring. We said that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
They're doing this road paving project from April through September. I mean, we're getting hopefully to the final stretches of it now. But I mean, we're getting into rough stretches of it now. And to add insult to injury, a lot of the roads that you turn onto after you get out of the Formula One paving construction are also now under construction. So it's like,
Yeah, it's not
there's
easy.
nowhere to go.
I know. I feel I had someone write us and say, well, I'm coming this weekend. Like, where? And I'm like, you're going to have to walk, stay in the hotel you stay in and walk, or take the monorail. Yeah, it's just not easy to get around. I mean, it's difficult. So anyway, we're not going to go on and on and on. We could go on forever, but we need to move on. But just a heads up for anyone, if you're coming to visit us or if you live here, I wouldn't even say tack on 10 minutes. You got to tack on probably 45 minutes
At least.
to your commute.
At least.
At least.
I mean, an hour to be safe, which
Yeah.
is mind-boggling to even think about. But you know, there's your tip.
All right. Well, listen, speaking of traffic, I Ubered over to the boxing match over at T-Mobile Arena last Saturday. It was the first time I've ever seen a boxing match in person. So I was really excited.
And what were your observations? What were your first, opinions of it?
So we were stuck in a little bit of traffic, by the way, on Frank Sinatra, and I guess that's why I made the transition. But we got through pretty quick. Also, boxing has such a rich history here. So I've always been fascinated with it. Muhammad Ali, and I mean, all the way up till more currently, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. So it was the Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford fight, and it was, supposed to be a really good fight. A couple notes. Crawford kind of stole the fight, as in, like, it wasn't really a good fight. But
no contest.
No,
really.
no contest. So initial thoughts were just that it was quieter than I thought. Here,
really,
and this is the reason, because there's when it's on, like, I guess it was on pay-per-view and Showtime, there's commentators. Well, you can't hear those commentators when you're in the arena. So it's quiet while they're actually boxing.
Interesting.
So you're watching, but you could hear a pin drop. Well, we were high up, but it's quiet until something happens, a move happens or a good punch or whatever. Then everyone, kind of gets a little rowdy and stuff, but very respectful and very quiet in there as the boxing match was taking place. I thought that was interesting. It was great. Eminem showed up. He was actually Terrence Crawford's hype man. So I love Eminem. So I was like, oh my God. So he came out to one of his songs, and Eminem was actually there with him. He got the hoodie on and the whole slow walk all the way to the ring. All of that was very exciting. I loved that. And that's really it as far as, like, it was fun to watch Crawford celebrate at the end, his family come up there, the whole where they kind of get to the edge of the ring and they kind of climb up. It was everything that I expected it to be, and a lot of fun. I would definitely go again. Enjoyed it.
Nice. And I love that, MMA and UFC have really taken over a lot of the live fighting events that are held here in Las Vegas. And I love seeing boxing, like, really making a comeback again.
Yeah.
Like you said, it was huge here for decades, but then I feel like UFC kind of took over in the fight realm, but boxing really is making a big resurgence. And there are a lot of homegrown boxers coming out of Las Vegas right now.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's a big deal. And that's the thing. I've never seen a UFC fight. I don't know. That might be a little too bare-knuckled bloody for me, but, I'd still go just because it's part of, what happens in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
UFC was born here. Also wanted to quickly mention a great after party over at Topgolf for Terrence Crawford. Blank Entertainment put it on, invited us. It was great. Just really enjoyed my whole experience. And something that I did even after that night, I'm going to talk a little bit about in our tip segment coming up.
Ooh, and I'm excited about this too.
Stay with us.
We'll be right back.
We're excited to tell you we have a new sponsor, and boy, do we have a deal for you, so stick around. We want to welcome HotWorks. Sean, I've been telling you that I love HotWorks. I go there all the time, about 3 to 4 times a week. I discovered it, and it's been life-changing.
Yeah, I know you're raving about it, and I went and tried it too. HotWorks is a 24-hour infrared fitness studio. And when I went over there with you, we tried the Hot Blast biking class, and I really enjoyed it.
I know, and the best part is it was 15 minutes, right? And you were sweating, and that's the thing. There are so many benefits. You actually book your private infrared sauna right in an app. You go in. The monthly fee is $59. That's it. I mean, there are a lot of classes out there that you actually pay $59 just to go to one class. Well, you're going to have 24/7 access. You're going to have a code to get in, and you can go whenever you want. There are classes like Pilates, Hot Warrior, Hot Bar None. Then there's the biking blast, and there's rowing too. So there are so many options.
Yeah, and in addition to the benefits you get from actually taking these classes, from biking or rowing or bar or fitness, you actually get even more health benefits from the infrared technology itself. It can help with muscle inflammation. It can help with weight loss, even posture.
Yeah, I've really noticed a big difference in my posture. I've noticed that I have abs for the first time in a long time. So many different benefits. We could go on and on and on. I mean, really, the infrared is great for afterburn too. So when you leave, you're still burning calories like an hour after you walk out of there. So I love that part too. Here's the deal though. Usually it's $99 to sign up, then $59 a month. But HotWorks is going to waive the $99 fee if you go in and you say you heard about it on the Vegas Revealed podcast. Sean, I didn't even get that deal. So this is a great deal. $59 a month. You can't beat it.
Again, an exclusive deal only for Vegas Revealed listeners. Tell them we sent you. Get that $99 sign-up fee waived and get your first class free.
You'll love it.
All right, now we have a warning for anybody who's coming into Las Vegas or going out on the Strip. There's a trend that we have been notified about that is a pretty scary trend, and you really need to keep your eyes open, keep your belongings to yourself.
Yeah. I mean, this happens, I guess for decades all over the world, but sometimes you hear about it like happening more and more often. And we're talking about people, leaving their drinks and someone putting something in your drink. You're unaware, you take a sip, all of a sudden you're not feeling good. And a trusted source of mine that works at a property on the Strip said that they have been seeing more of this happen. And, they're getting reports about 5 a day of people saying, I don't feel right, something's wrong. I had like half of a drink. I don't understand. And so big kind of warning to our listeners that are coming into Vegas, our locals, just always have your drink in your hand and keep your eye on it. Just, odds are something happening to you, probably not, but you never know. It could be you. And if this is happening more and more often, we want to let people know, keep an eye on your drink. Do not put it down, go do something, come back and pick it up. You can't do that. So just be aware if you're out with your friends, if you're out for a drink, even by yourself, waiting for someone, and maybe you're looking at your phone, just be careful. You got to keep your eyes on your drinks.
Yeah, keep all your stuff right in front of you.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Now let's get to the event that we went to down on the Strip before we got stuck in all of that F1 repaving construction project.
Yeah. And by the way, it took me 45 minutes to get in, so it wasn't that much better on the way in either.
Yeah, true.
But we had a fabulous dinner and a great night out, so it was worth it. And we were over at HaSalon at the Venetian Palazzo. It's a new restaurant, and I love this, Sean. It was Israeli Mediterranean. I had never had this before, and I was super excited to try it out, and boy, did it deliver.
Oh, every single dish that came out, it seemed like every dish topped the previous one, and everything was delicious. And what I really love is the freshness of everything that we had. A lot of it is vegetable based. They do have a lot of meat on the menu as well, but they really strive to never have more than 3 or 4 ingredients in any of their dishes.
Yeah. That avocado toast, I've never seen it done like this before. Usually it's like everyone like adds a new thing on top and they're like, oh, ours is, tastier than another one. But this was like chunks piled high. If you're watching our video podcast, you'll see a picture of this or go to our social media. It was delicious with a little bit of salt. It was great.
So I was sitting kind of at a bar area where you get to watch the food preparation happen right in front of you. So I was watching every single avocado toast that went out of the kitchen. I saw it made. So it's on like super thick cut, really delicious bread. And then it's toasted. They rub a clove of garlic onto the bread. The avocado is just tossed in olive oil and some sea salt.
It's so good.
And then piled high on top of this toasted bread. So simple, but incredibly delicious. And that's the same thing with every dish we had. It was just packed with so much flavor and really like natural flavor.
Yeah. My favorite main course was the eggplant. It was, and I grew up with my mom's, eggplant parmesan. This was thinly sliced, not really fried on the outside, but you could just taste the cheese and the sauce and the flavor. It was delicious. That was my favorite thing of the night. What was yours?
Mine was the beetroot carpaccio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was good.
Also a thinly sliced beetroot laid out on like this gold tray with some olive oil, some sea salt and pepper, and shaved horseradish.
Oh, yum.
And it was with some creme fraiche. And it was all, it was delicious. Every bite was so good.
Yeah. We got to sample a lot of the different dishes. I wouldn't say there was they were all good.
Yeah.
So if you go, it depends what you like, order, look around, but it was great. So here's the deal, the vibe. Let's talk about the vibe. So every now and then you're going to hear a little bell, right? They're going to bing, bing, bing. And you're like, and it's a reminder that you're supposed to be having fun during this, okay? It's a little bit more laid back earlier in the evening, but as it gets later and later, you will notice that the party vibe will pick up a little bit in there. People will be, throwing their napkins in the air and whizzing them around. You're allowed to get up on the table if you want to.
I mean, there were people standing up on their chairs and dancing. There's a DJ in there. The servers get in on the action, hyping everybody up. It is a fun time. I had a blast.
It was great. We were just dying. It was such a fun night out, and I could imagine having dinner and appetizers and drinks and just really spending a couple hours there.
Yeah.
And then at one point, there are windows where you can see up and it actually looks out toward the Wynn. And then when the shades come down, that's like the real time that you're really supposed to kick it up. It's like, okay, now no one's looking.
Exactly.
It feels like that from the outside. So you can do whatever you want. Stand on your chair. The wait staff is good looking. They're vibrant. It is a great Vegas night out, a great dinner. Go try it out. We love it. We love this concept. It's just, we had a blast. We can't stop talking about it today.
Yeah, highly recommend it. It's HaSalon over at the Palazzo just off of the casino floor. Put it on your to-do list next time you're here in Vegas. You will not be disappointed. We promise.
Yes. Hey, I wanted to mention something that's coming to Las Vegas because a lot of people have been talking about it, and we've seen some plans. So it's called Swingers, right? So you're like, wait, what? This is coming to Mandalay Bay, Swingers? But it's actually, and you'll get the name in a minute, it's an adults-only mini golf experience. It's set to open inside Mandalay Bay in about 2024, and it's going to be in a 40,000 square foot venue. They're going to include street food, drinks, miniature golf. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I like the idea.
It does, and having it be an adults-only attraction is really fun, too. I believe it's taking over the space where Light Nightclub used to be. That's kind of, as you follow the signs to the self-parking garage over at Mandalay Bay, it's right there on the right-hand side, across from Lupo, the restaurant. But it looks like the inside is going to be inspired by like an English manor estate, facades of like the English manor. Think Bridgerton-esque,
right.
With the wisteria dripping down. And it looks like it's going to be really interesting, and it sounds like it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love the idea. I think, we've always new things coming. I have said ever since I moved here, we need more places for miniature golf. I was shocked that there aren't more location. So, I mean, and I wasn't even talking on the Strip. I was talking off the Strip.
Right.
But so I love that there's something coming to the Strip. Miniature golf is fun. I mean, I grew up playing miniature golf in Rochester, New York, because in the summers, that was the one thing that we could do to be outdoors.
It was.
That was fun, and play the arcade and stuff like that. So I love this concept. That's what we know about it. We know it's going to cost about $50 million to make this. And so we can't wait to see it. And, we're getting more and more things like that on the Strip. We've got places where you can play darts now. And, we've got different kinds of museums and interactive, immersive things. So I think this is really going to add to that list.
Yeah. So Swingers coming to Mandalay Bay in 2024. We'll keep you posted as an opening date is announced.
All right, let's do some tips.
All right, Dayna, you mentioned earlier that the second half of your boxing fight after party was to go and see a couple guys who've been around Las Vegas for a while, but who we have not gone to experience yet.
Yeah, and I don't know what took me so long because, and maybe it's, I don't hit the nightclubs a lot. But anyway, I went over to Excess Nightclub over at the Wynn, and it was a night that the Chainsmokers were performing.
Nice.
Okay, so I was there for a little while, relaxing and just enjoying the atmosphere. We had a booth. Our friend Jay works over there and got us in. And anyway, it was so nice just first of all, to be outside and enjoy the music and the vibe of the nightclub. But then the Chainsmokers came out. And let me tell you, the crowd went wild. First of all of their music, everyone knows.
Yeah.
They know the words, they know the verses, and the collaborations that they put together. And then they kind of stand up on I don't want to say they stand up on the DJ booth. I was behind. So what they're facing, there's a section that faces inside the club, another section that faces outside. And I was in the outside. But they would work the whole circle. Anyway, they put on a great performance. The crowd, I had so much fun. I just want to tell everyone, go see the Chainsmokers. So they've been there actually since 2017. They re-signed another contract in 2019, and they were even saying, "Gosh, I can't even believe how many shows we've done," because they do Encore Beach Club too. They've done like over 200 shows, and so they've been doing it for a while, and it's because they're a hit.
Yeah.
It works. But they're going to be at Excess again on August 11th and then Encore Beach Club on August 19th. So if you're coming to Vegas, you got to go see the Chainsmokers. I say, really, everyone needs to put this on their list. It's a fabulous time. Just keep in mind, they don't really start till I don't know, it might have been like 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay. So it's
I
like
didn't get
a
home
late
till
night.
3.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe 1. I don't know. I don't really remember what time it was. It was an eventful night.
But don't plan on going to bed early if you're going to see the Chainsmokers.
Yes.
Bottom line.
Go for the long haul.
So let's move on to a couple things that pretty much everybody loves.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about donuts and ice cream.
That's right.
There's a new shop that is opening in Henderson here in the Las Vegas Valley that combines those two. It is called YoNutz.
It's such a great name, YoNutz. I love it. Yeah, it's so popular. They've added another location. And Sean, they've got a couple things going on that we wanted to let people know about.
Okay.
First of all, Saturday, August 12th, you still have time to go this. It's a grand opening celebration at this Henderson location. It's going to feature giveaways, entertainment, surprises, and it's perfectly timed for the back to school season. So if you want to go out and check out the new YoNutz, you can do that. Now, I was looking into this more because we haven't gone yet. We are going to go. They want to send us some stuff as well. But they have this iconic smashed donut, it's called. And it's a one-of-a-kind treat made with a fluffy homemade donut stuffed with ice cream, smashed, hot pressed, and then topped with a variety of different indulgent toppings, as well as the brand's smashed milkshake and smashed ice cream treats that they have there as well. So it's a whole thing.
Well, listen, we have summer temperatures that are going to continue well into the fall here in Las Vegas. So it sounds like the smashed donut and the smashed milkshake over at YoNutz are the perfect treat to get you through.
Yeah, we try and find unique things that folks can learn about and know about. So that was something that came across, and we thought, you know what, I think people would like going to see this. So again, a new location of YoNutz in Henderson. Enjoy. Send us pictures. Tag us. Let us know if you go over there and try your ice cream donut.
Love it. That is episode 180 of Vegas Revealed. Remember, Hotworks Infrared Fitness Studio. They are our new sponsor. If you mention Vegas Revealed when you go in, you will have your $99 sign-up fee waived. Also, get that first class for free. Just try it out.
I love it, you guys. I've been doing it for months and months. I can't explain how much I've really enjoyed the experience. I go about 3 or 4 times a week. So I enjoy it, and I love the 24/7 aspect because I like to go later in the evening. But also want to thank Vegas Near Me, our other sponsor. Download the Vegas Near Me app. It's available in Google and also Apple, and it's a great resource for you to get around Las Vegas. Check out our Amazon shop and, of course, our Rolosol link, too. We've got a lot going on, so just read our show notes, and we've got some good deals for you in there.
All right, we will see you back next week for episode 181.